Hi, everybody, and thank you for being here. It's Tuesday and the very last day of June. Yes, it's the 30th, and it's been another day where showers have come and gone. We've got more of that in your forecast. However, a little good news tonight weather-wise. This scenario is clearing out of here a little earlier than we thought 24 hours or 48 hours ago. We're actually seeing a not so rainy day. Still a possibility thereof tomorrow, but Sunday it's going to be our first dry day of a few, and we have a pretty nice run for the rest of your first week in July and 4th of July Independence Day holiday. So an improved forecast I'm glad to share with you tonight. We haven't had many of those as of late, and we definitely got a great night for fireworks on Saturday night weather-wise. I have Sheriff Doug Saylor with us in just a few moments via, of course, the internet, with the name of the suspect that they are looking for in regards to that shooting that took place in Johnson County yesterday afternoon. He also tells us much more about the case. We also have election results from Montgomery County and statewide that I'll go into detail with you in just a few moments. Some other news and information. I actually had a couple of stories just because of time constraints that we'll hold off till tomorrow. A couple of arrests and a couple of other things that we will get to them. And we'll also have, of course, some COVID-19 numbers locally and across the state. And that's where we're going to begin, as I'm hoping to gather just a few more details on a couple of our local reports for this Tuesday. Here's a little food for thought for you. Dr. Anthony Fauci told representatives of Congress in Washington today that new coronavirus infections could increase to 100,000 every day in the United States if the nation doesn't get the ongoing surge under control. Fauci said the surge has been caused by both some areas opening too quickly and by people just not following the guidelines. New cases, he says, have been increasing by about 40,000 every day. He said several states may have moved too quickly and skipped over some of the checkpoints laid out for a safe reopening, but even in areas where state and local officials followed those federal guidelines, it's the people, individuals, who are acting as if all restrictions had been lifted, saying that most of them think as though they're invulnerable. Many young people are not, because they're not getting serious about the disease, that they're therefore going to get infected and has nothing to do with anyone else, when in fact, indeed it does, he says. Similar sentiments shared by our governor earlier today, as Andy Beshear announced today 282 new cases across Kentucky, and a number of deaths again today, bringing our death toll at 565, with 5 new deaths today. And even though the governor says that we here in Kentucky are still in that plateau category, having to wear a mask is essential, or Kentucky will face the same fate as other states, such as Florida and many, many others.
Following these rules, following all these rules, is absolutely critical to make sure that we don't go the way of Florida, of Texas, and of other states. And especially now that we reopened so much this last Monday, we have a responsibility, all of us individually, to do what it takes to be reopened at this level and not cause a spike in cases. Because if we do, and if we have to roll things back, it will be because we individual Kentuckians did not take the responsibility to make sure we followed the rules to do it safely. It'll be on us. The same way that each and every Kentuckian deserves praise for how we have flattened this curve, we have to know it's now our responsibility to keep it low.
And one of those many other areas that we are seeing, of course, numbers continue to just rise, what seems as though exponentially, in other parts of the United States. In the Myrtle Beach area, now the North Myrtle Beach City Council, at least for that area, has made face masks mandatory after a special meeting of their city council on yesterday, I do believe. That takes effect as of this Thursday, and of course those numbers from the Myrtle Beach area continue to rise, as has been the violence as well. So, with that said, locally, I spoke with Mayor and Public Health Director Pete Shepard a few moments ago. No new cases of Montgomery County to report here locally today. I'll get to our other local headlines in just a few moments. Getting the best deal on the best tires with the best service has never been easier. Just log on to ConleyTire.net, check out the latest rebates, sales, and promotions, pick out the tires you want, and email, call, or come by. For huge savings from the family who's been proudly serving the area for over 32 years. Conley Tire in Staffordsville, 297-2424. The seasonal shop is open, and they're still doing curbside pickup, so you can call and place orders and they'll still bring them out to you. And inside, you'll find all new merchandise throughout the entire store, all new spring and summer women's clothing from Charlie Page and Mud Pie, accessories, jewelry, shoes, and bags too, casual outfits for everyday or special occasion outfits and dresses. And if you've been home a lot and really want to freshen up your decor, they have so much to choose from, and they're happy to give you any fresh ideas that you might need. And just in, a large selection of Simply Southern and Candleberry at Fraser's Prater Drugs seasonal shop in downtown Sayersville. Come to Parkway Pharmacy in Sayersville and get your prescriptions filled, your over-the-counter medications, and immune system boosters, all from the safety and comfort of your own vehicle, either in their drive-thru or with their new curbside service. You can also call ahead or just download the MyGNP app, that's Good Neighbor Pharmacy, and refill and manage your prescriptions right from your device, helping you and yours stay healthy and safe. Parkway Pharmacy in Sayersville, 349-4400. Car accidents don't stop. Accidents at work don't stop. Disability and SSI cases don't stop. Your legal needs and concerns don't stop for the coronavirus, and neither does McFarland and Tinker. They are open, able to schedule appointments per CDC guidelines, and always available for telephone and video conferences. Please, be safe, be smart, stay home, and don't let your legal needs fall victim to the pandemic. Call McFarland and Tinker and let them take care of them for you.
Bob Hutcherson here for Hutch Jeep in Paintsville. What does your vehicle say about you? Anyone that owns a Jeep knows the answer to that question. Right now, payments as low as $399 on select new 2020 Jeep Renegades and Dodge Journeys. Enjoy your life in a new Jeep from Hutch, and that comes with a guarantee.
You'll never pay too much when you buy from Hutch. HutchAutoGroup.com.
Well, the election now over, and it's going to go down in the history books for a whole lot of reasons. Just one, says our Secretary of State, as one of the very most expensive that we have seen because of all of the postage and the ballots which had to be mailed out. In fact, about 848,000 absentees were returned. About 274,000 people, he says, actually voted in person. So that's almost 1.15 million people who voted in Kentucky this election, which indeed is near or maybe even a record 29% of registered voters. 4 years ago at this time, with a pretty heated governor's race, that number was only 20%. Interesting to note. So, there was one big race that turned out to be a big race across the Commonwealth, and that, of course, between Amy McGrath and Charles Booker. Charles Booker, who really came on strong late and throughout much of the past several days had a slight edge over McGrath. Booker even winning the two largest Kentucky counties, but it will be McGrath in the late run of things that would secure her run against Mitch McConnell in the fall. Let's take a look at Magoffin County and state numbers. Here in Magoffin County, Republicans voting for president, 869 of them voted for President Trump, while 44 voted uncommitted. Now, statewide, Trump got 86.5% of the vote, roughly. 371,000 Kentucky Republicans voted for President Trump in the primary. An interesting note, 57,284, about 13.5% of the vote, were uncommitted. On the Democratic ballot in Magoffin County, 761 voted for Joe Biden, 92 voting for Bernie Sanders, who effectively suspended his campaign some months ago, but still showing up second in most of the polls. The uncommitted vote, rather substantial, 203 in Magoffin County voting uncommitted, with a long list of Democrats, although many of them already out of the race. Still on the ballot, but 203 uncommitted here in Magoffin County. Statewide, Biden also carried Kentucky 67.9%, about 364,000 votes. Bernie Sanders got almost 65,000 votes, though. But the uncommitted factor still there in the Democratic ballot for president. 58,000 Kentucky voters, almost 11%, saying that they're not committed at this time. For the United States Senator's race here in Magoffin County, Mitch McConnell, 793 Republican votes to C. Wesley Morgan's 50. Statewide in this race, McConnell carried it by 83%, 341,000 to Morgan's 25,500. While, as I said earlier, the Democratic race for U.S. Senator here in Kentucky was the one to watch here in Magoffin County. Amy McGrath, 690 votes to Charles Booker's 261, and this one being separated by only 15,000 votes across the Commonwealth. McGrath, behind for much of the race, came back late, 247,000 votes, or about 45.4%. Booker, 15,156 votes less at 231,887, or about 42.6% of the votes, securing a McGrath-McConnell matchup in the fall. With a Democratic and, I believe, an independent challenger, both unopposed in the primary, they will now face Congressman Hal Rogers, who easily won the primary. In Magoffin County, 852 votes to Serrano's 62, and statewide, a similar ratio. Hal Rogers, 76,575 to 7,436. And there was another race on the Magoffin County ballot, 3 candidates which were running for the Kentucky Supreme Court 7th District seat. That seat covering 22 eastern Kentucky counties: Boyd, Breathitt, Carter, Elliott, Floyd, Greenup, Harlan, Johnson, Knott, Lawrence, Letcher, Magoffin, Martin, Menifee, Montgomery, Morgan, Owsley, Perry, Pike, Powell, Round, and Wolf. And in Magoffin County, Robert Conley from Greenup, I believe, received 970 votes to Chris Harris's 618. Sam Wright receiving 449 votes in Magoffin County. Statewide, a similar trend, if you will. Robert Conley receiving 40% and enough to secure the seat, 32,782 votes, 30% each for Chris Harris and Sam Wright. Real quickly, here's tonight's Magoffin Farm Bureau community calendar. Got a bunch of birthdays. Well, not all of them for tonight, but we'll start with one that was called in. Chase Caldwell. Well, Mama Lou, Mom Gloria, Dad Vince, niece Angelica, Victoria, your brother Trenton, friends, family, and more. The list goes on and on. They've all called and said, wish Chase a happy birthday. Chase, happy birthday to you. That's all I got for the calendar, just with the exception of the reminder how you get announcements on the calendar, and that includes birthdays and anniversaries, too. Calendar brought to you tonight by Magoffin Farm Bureau. Obituaries brought to you nightly by the Magoffin County Funeral Home, who reminds us of services to be held tomorrow for 72-year-old Ressie Mans Prater of Sayersville, survived by sons James Monroe Prater and Jerry Lee Prater Sr. Services once again tomorrow afternoon at 1 o'clock. Visitation will start tomorrow at noon in her honor.
Appalachian Wireless, this is Bobby. How may I help you?
I'm visiting my sister in Lomansville this weekend. Will I have service?
Of course. We have several towers in Lawrence County.
Appalachian Wireless, this is Megan.
Where's my nearest store? I'm in Bright Shade.
That would be our store in Manchester. Would you like the address?
I just moved to Pineville. I'm sure you don't know where that is. Will I still have service?
Yes, ma'am. That's down in southeastern Kentucky. We do service your area.
When you call us, it's as easy as calling your friend or neighbor because we are you. We are Appalachian Wireless.
There is never a good time for a breakdown. They will happen, and your car at some point is going to need some repairs and maintenance. And Black Smoke Performance is open and here with professional, fast, safe service. And just in time for warm weather, they now have certified full air conditioning, diagnostics, and repair to keep you cool in whatever you drive. Black Smoke Performance, 349-8785. All Pro understands that we are all just trying to make it through these most difficult of times, and they want you to know that they're here to help with any repairs or projects that you need done, big or small, doesn't matter. They've got 0% financing for 18 months and long-term financing if you need it. If you need anything from a new gutter to a new house or a new garage, call All Pro Gutter Works and Construction, 349-9999. Well, we've got another deal for you at your Sagersville Lee's Famous Recipe. No, we've got a bunch of deals for you at your Sagersville Lee's Famous Recipe. Clip this coupon out of the Sagersville Independent this week, and you can still get $5 off any 16-piece or 20-piece family meal deal of chicken any way you like it. But look, there's a buy one, get one half off for any fish dinner or any steak dinner, and you can even mix and match. Buy a fish meal, get half off a steak or vice versa, and there's a coupon in there for $1 off any combo meal at your Sagersville Lee's Famous Recipe. And you can call ahead, prepay, or drive through, and rest assured that they're taking every precaution possible to keep you and their employees healthy, happy, and fed at your Sagersville Lee's.
Earl Justice here for Hutch Ford in Paintsville and West Liberty. Our summer sale has the biggest discounts, lowest interest rates, and the biggest trade-ins ever.
Right now, you can get 0% financing on all Ford models. Plus, Hutch Ford is lining up to $1,000 above Kelley Blue Book trade-in value. We really want your trade-in.
And remember the Hutch Guarantee.
You'll never pay too much when you buy from Hutch. HutchAutoGroup.com.
Times have changed, now and suddenly more than ever. Our lobbies might be closed, but the Sagersville National Bank wants to remind our customers that we're still here, we're still working to provide our community with as many services as possible. During this time especially, we encourage all of our customers to take advantage of all the options we offer to manage your accounts from the convenience of your home. 24-hour internet banking and bill pay, 24-hour telephone banking, remote deposit, automatic loan payments, and wire transfers are also still available to our customers. And we're still here during our normal hours. Mondays through Fridays, the main drive-thru is open from 8 until 3, and the branch drive-thru is open from 8 until 5. And the branch drive-thru is also open on weekends, Saturdays 8 until noon, with ATMs available 24/7 at both locations. Last evening, I told you of a shooting that had taken place yesterday afternoon in Johnson County, where authorities were at that time, all we knew of was searching for a suspect who had left the scene in a gray Mazda sedan, possibly in the Route 172 area of Johnson County. That shooting was reported around 2 o'clock yesterday afternoon in Sitka, in the Punchin area of Sitka. We now know a 44-year-old man was struck twice by one bullet, with a manhunt still continuing at this hour for a now named suspect that Sheriff Doug Saylor of Johnson County says is to be considered armed and dangerous.
When deputies arrived, they found one gentleman who had a gunshot wound, Mr. James Jason McKenzie, 44 years old, of Sitka. Witnesses identified the alleged shooter as Joshua Cuttle. He's 28 years old, of Stambo, basically in the same area, just a few miles separating them. We conducted a search into the late hours of the morning, about 4 o'clock this morning. We had no success. We did locate the vehicle that he was driving. Of course, it was impounded and taken in as evidence into our custody. But as of now, we still have not located the alleged shooter. If anyone has any information on the whereabouts, any idea where we might be able to locate him, we would appreciate if they would call the Johnson County Sheriff's Office, our 911 dispatch here in Paintsville, or the Kentucky State Police. The Kentucky State Police was with us last night as we conducted an extensive search of any area where we thought we might locate him. If he is located by someone in the public, we highly recommend that you do not approach him. We do believe that he is armed and dangerous.
To the extent of the injuries of the victim, was he shot more than once, and his condition, any general information?
Well, the understanding that we have that there was one gunshot wound that it went through his arm and pierced into his left side. He was flown from the scene, he was transported from the scene and then flown out to a hospital where his wounds were addressed. We don't know the condition of the gentleman at this time.
Any particular area of focus that my viewers might need to keep an eye on the lookout for him, or is this just a blanket for Johnson County and the surrounding area?
We are focusing on the Flat Gap area where the incident occurred. It is also somewhat in the area of his residence to our knowledge, but we're not ruling out that he might be in some of the adjacent counties or anywhere in Johnson County.
Something else to note in this story, the 27-year-old Joshua Cottle of Stambo, had it not been for the pandemic, would not have been out. He was actually jailed back in January on serious felony and other charges of strangulation in the first degree, assault in the first degree, receiving stolen property, possession of drug paraphernalia, and resisting arrest. However, per state guidelines, per the pandemic, he was released weeks ago from the Big Sandy Regional Detention Center and has been sought since the past week or so after recently being indicted on those charges by the sitting Johnson County grand jury. He is now again wanted and considered armed and dangerous. If you have any information on his whereabouts or see someone matching his description, again, as Sheriff Saylor said, call the Johnson County Sheriff's Department or the Kentucky State Police. While time allows this evening, one more report before we get to your weather and a few other things possibly. An Eastern Kentucky teacher is no longer an employee of her former school system after a social media post deemed controversial. A seemingly young former employee of the Pike County School District, no longer an employee there, after appearing in blackface and making remarks about trying to seek free health care as has been promised by Governor Andy Beshear to our African American community in Kentucky. This appears to be the post that was made by a Belfry Middle School teacher who has since resigned after making the post on Facebook. The teacher appearing in blackface and Pike County School Superintendent Reed Adkins telling reporters that the teacher has since, posting that, confirmed and announced her resignation effective on today's date. While the school district is conducting their own investigation, the post appears to show the former teacher standing in front of a mirror, taking a picture of herself with something black covering the majority of her face. The post saying, quote, working on getting that free health care. This should get me at least 50% coverage, right? Now, as I promised and alluded to at the start of the show, I'm glad to report an improving forecast for your 4th of July holiday weekend, and it's actually going to start as soon as tomorrow, but it definitely picks up some steam by Thursday. Yes, some pretty significant changes in your forecast. Showers clearing out a little earlier, temperatures getting a little warmer a little earlier as well. Tonight, mostly cloudy skies, still continued 60% chance of some showers and thunderstorms. Up until 1 o'clock or so in the a.m., we could see it, some of us, and your neighbor might not, up to a half inch of rain and some showers. And, of course, any thunderstorms could add to that. Same scenario we've been in now for days, but look at tomorrow. It starts to ease. We do have sun making a return tomorrow, more so than today. Partly sunny skies, around 86 for your daytime high. Shower chances tomorrow only at 40%, maybe a few thunderstorms as well, and we're not off the hook as of yet. 67 tomorrow night, and a lesser 30% chance of showers and thunderstorms, really up until about 7 tomorrow evening, and then we're in the clear for a little while at least, and most importantly for your 4th of July holiday weekend. And if you get an extended weekend, it might, if you're so lucky to have it start as soon as Thursday, well, weather's going to cooperate for you. We're going to be in the upper 80s with a lot of sunshine throughout all of it. Thursday, 88, sunny skies during the day, mostly clear skies at night, a low of 66, upper 80s again for your Friday, mostly sunny again, 87, a few clouds that night, partly cloudy, and a low of 68 for your Friday. For Independence Day, another warm, clear, sunny day, 88 and mostly sunny on Saturday, Independence Day, the 4th of July, and nighttime conditions look partly cloudy and a low of 69, a bit on the warm side, but definitely dry, calm, and nice. Take it, take it, take it. Sunday, 89, 69, sunny, a 30% chance of showers. Monday, shower chances continue, and they're going to continue from there on. But Saturday, definitely a winner. Sunday, still nice, but upper 80s Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. And as you'll see, even with sunny to mostly sunny skies, we have a string of shower chances that will roll back into the picture. But still, nice, all in all, and warm and sunny. That's going to wrap it up for tonight. Not for the news I have still on my desk and in store for you tomorrow, along with some more. Hope to see you then. Thanks for watching, and as always, have a good night.